What's up guys, today's video I'm going to be going over something I talk about a lot but never have really took the time to put in a video about it, and that is what is confirmation and playing the retest, why I play the retest. To start this off, we'll talk about retest and playing the retest first, because retest and confirmation are pretty intertwined, as having a retest helps to build that confirmation. So I'm just going to look at a ticker that I haven't traded in a while. I'll just look at Tesla. And so I use the first 15 minutes as my call and put triggers. Use the high here at 900. Don't have any levels. I'll just throw it up here. And 1, 2, 3. Our third candle here is low at 843.29. So I'll throw that down. I got my call and my put triggers now, right? What a retest is a close below the established call or put trigger, and then these three candles here that test the level, they can break through, but we care about where the candle closes. As long as these candles don't close back above this level does not become a support again as it was earlier. This can establish that we have determined it is a resistance, and that's why I really love playing the retest. We can also use this when it comes to EMAs, if you're an EMA based trader. And in this case, a retest would be using this 8 EMA as it shows that we are in an uptrend, and these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles, all long lower wicks, all deflecting off 861.20 area, 861.25, shows that is that new form of support. We're over the 8 EMA, and then we can ride this 8 EMA up. All right, let's look at another name, Nvidia. Haven't traded Nvidia. It's currently on my do not trade list, but looking at Nvidia here, first high 193.13. Throw this up here. 193.13 is the orb high, and then our low would be the low of this candle, 188.20. So now I have my call and my put triggers, right? Okay, and now in this case, just like Qs, just like SPY today, a little bit choppy, right? But this level has turned into resistance here. Right here, it turns back into potential support. The retest does not occur until these 5 candle grouping here. This is a retest. We get a breakout here, and then we retest that prior resistance and turn it into support. This also acts as confirmation, and as you can see, nice move here throughout the day. This right here is a retest. It's not always going to be crystal clear like this. Like in the morning, whatever, choppy. Here, this is a clear breakout retest. Other days, it's going to be very, very fast. Let's look at Qs. All right, let's look at Qs from 2 days ago to really, kind of explain what I'm talking about here. In this case, we had a high 327.66 for this orb, and our low would be 324.52. This is our first candle that closes below our orb put trigger. This next candle retests right away and then closes below. In this case, it's a much faster day. It is a trend day for sure. And one way we can identify that is the slope of these EMAs. When they are down like this, the 20 over the 8 in this case for a bearish trend, it's going to move a little bit faster. When they start to get intertwined, or they're intertwined with VWAP, the likelihood of them moving faster is not as good. All right, so SPY followed along pretty well today with our orb. Did have some chops in here as well. But for a retest, we're breaking out down here. This has been very big levels. We see earlier in the day, chopped around both support and resistance. Foot back over. We're back over the 8 EMA. And then we get our retest almost perfectly. Holds VWAP, and then it's just, an insane push throughout the rest of the day. But a retest is going to mean more when it's further spaced out like this, right? So in this case, again, we have a trend line breakout, and then it retests this indicated support from our orb low. Retest the level, hammer candle off the level, reclaim VWAP, and the next 1, 2, 3, 4 candles all reclaim the 20 EMA and the 8 EMA. We have a bullish cross here, 8 over 20 for a nice push up. That to me is, we waited on a retest here. It's okay if we don't catch this breakout early, right? It happens. Wait on that retest. Don't need to FOMO into this. Our thoughts originally are probably going to be, oh, this is going to go right up to that 423.06. This is going to just keep going, right? Whenever things retest, they tend to have more success pushing throughout the day. Things fall faster when they have no base behind them or no retest of that breakout spot. So that's my favorite way to enter into place, is right here. In this case, have a nice hammer candle off of this previous support and resistance level, our orb low, and we're above VWAP. So say we, even if we don't enter here on this 5-minute candle, that's okay. We have 4 perfect chances to enter. This candle here would have been the best in all scenarios, right? Close above VWAP, above our support that has been indicated from this hammer candle, above the 20 EMA and above the 8 EMA. The 8 EMA is over the 20, indicating a bullish trend. So that is a lot of confirmation there, right? Sometimes things are going to fake out, so definitely important to manage our risks still. Confirmation, the first way that I really think about confirmation is using the 5-minute chart. And for me, that is a hold or a retest of that previous support or resistance level. So we can use different indicators as ways to help with conviction or help with confirmation, but the main way and the best way to practice this is simply price action, candle type. I'll use this QQQ here for an example. So I use orb strat, right, as a way of giving call and put triggers. For today, we had Q's low 319.55, high 323.5. So if we notice early, a little bit more choppy, right? We're chopping around this level, held it pretty decent, get a knife, next candle back up, So to me, that's the price action I don't like to see, right? But later in the day, we start to get this confirmation. So for me, early on, we get a bit of a chop. Orb trigger down here is for puts, have levels around 319. New the 319 is a very big level. Under that, new 317 is a pretty big level. So we're chopping around these levels, right? We're under this 8 EMA, under VWAP, under 20 EMA throughout the beginning of the day, right? But as you can see, we have this trend line here, right? Forms right here, and then this bottom trend line, we start to get a little bit tighter, right? And here a wedge testing possibly 317, but we start to form a little bit of a base, we start to curl up, and then we get above our 8 EMA. For me, confirmation would be this. We close above trend line, we close above this 319, quick retest, but this right here is the real retest for me, the real confirmation. A bunch of these candles defend this 319.55 the put trigger here on our orb, and we bounce up, off all 4 of these. Nice buying pressure, and we're fighting with these EMAs, fighting with VWAP, and then here we finally get our move, and we can, we just bust right out. We've already broken out of this downtrend line. It's okay, if we miss our entrance here, right? Perfectly okay. The bigger move usually occurs on the retest. So here's our retest. We have turned this into support, from support resistance back to support, and a lot of buying pressure. One thing we know about candle types, right? Long lower wicks indicate buying pressure. All 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these candles have nice long lower wicks. So any of these candles are pretty good entry points, as this is our confirmation right here. Once we close above EMAs, the 8 and the 20, and VWAP, it's a ride, right? Today's a little bit different with Apple being a very big holding in SPY, and Q's has earnings after hour, so it might have pumped a little bit. But that right there to me is confirmation. The keys with confirmation really are using, you can use indicators for sure. I think they do help a lot when it comes to helping with conviction, but really it's just price action. For puts, would like to see these levels tested multiple times like we see here, but at a key level, and then we start to form these lower lows, and then the knife candle occurs, right? At the end of the day, confirmation, waiting on a retest has helped a lot when it comes to reducing these fake outs. It's a big reason why I use the 5-minute chart as opposed to the 1-minute chart. Can use the 10-minute chart for sure, but I like the 5-minute. I'm a little bit of an impatient trader personally, so it helps me to really find a perfect medium between too fast for fake outs and too slow for my trading style.